Hello everyone and welcome back to Shiva Bites. And today we are going to talk about scary monster. We are going to talk about English language at work, especially for those of us who don't speak English as a native language, but we have to go to the office and spend 8 hours speaking English again and again, and again and again. It can be truly struggle. Stay tuned until the end of the video because I'm going to share with you my story, the challenges I faced with English and how I overcome them. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, so I will know exactly what kind of content I should prepare next. But let's begin with a story. Around 8 years ago, I was that lucky guy who finally found a job in Canada. I remember this day as it was yesterday. I was spending hours to get dressed, to put a suit on, a beautiful shirt and a tie. I probably used half bottle of a perfume. Poor people who traveled with me, but well, it was my first day. I was so excited. So I had to take TTC. So TTC stands for Toronto Transit Commission. Basically, it's a subway in Toronto. And for those who don't know, it's a very special transportation where sometimes you could stuck for 1 hour without an access to internet and ability to notify that you are getting late. But that was my special day, and I came to work on time. An HR representative was already waiting for me, and she was so excited and so happy to see me. I remember she said, "Hey Alexander, it's really glad to see you in our company. I hope you will enjoy working for us. Let me show you around." That moment I was feeling myself super special, and I was so happy and excited until I met one of my coworkers. He came to me and started talking, and I remember he said, blah 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 blah. I could not understand anything he was talking about. I guess I was too excited, and he was speaking so fast, probably because he was also too excited, and also it was my first day at work, and also he had an accent. I don't know exactly what kind of accent it was, but I could clearly tell you it's not the one I was learning when I was trying to study English. So at that moment I realized it's going to be a challenge. Oh my god, I don't know English. I probably can't speak English, and I probably would not be able to last a week in that job because I'm not able to communicate with the people. It was a big mistake. It's absolutely normal that some people will have an accent, and of course it will take time for us to adjust to that. The only best way here, give it a time. And at that moment, when those people start speaking to you, especially on your first day at work, please be not afraid to tell them, yes, you did not understand what they talk about, it's your first day in a company, you don't speak English as a native language, and just ask them, if possible, could you slow down or say it again? And this way you'll be able to understand what they're talking about. And quite often people are very accommodating, and really good coworkers will do their best to speak as clear as possible and as slow as possible, so you will feel comfortable. The second barrier was abbreviations. When I joined that company on the first day, people started talking with a lot of abbreviations, and I couldn't understand what AB means, AI means, AA means, and there were so many abbreviations. But you know what? It's not an English language problem. Don't think that if you don't understand abbreviation, your English is bad. No, it's not an English, it's a business problem. Whatever company you join, you will always have to deal with abbreviations. And the best way here is to ask people what do they stand for and write them down. So nowadays I use OneNote to write down all abbreviations. If you start doing that immediately from day one at work, You will feel comfortable when you hear people say something and it's very specific to the company. The third barrier I experienced was that people could not understand me. It was my accent was a barrier. I remember one of my coworkers wanted to talk to me, and I was so excited that someone actually approached me and also wanted to talk. I wanted to reply him like,
"Hey, my name is Alexander, I'm from Russia and I'm very excited to be part of this company."
But guess what? Yeah, Canadians are usually very nice and polite people. They smiled to me, but I could read their face. They could not understand what I was talking about. And I could not blame for them. I was so excited and I was speaking so fast that I probably would not be able to understand what I was talking about at that moment. And the best way here, slow down and make sure to speak as clear as possible and as simple as possible. Especially for those of us who don't speak English as a native language, sometimes we try to overcompensate this speaking very complex terminology. But one thing I learned, native speakers don't use complex terminologies. They speak language as simple, as clear as possible. So you should do the same. The next one, and I believe this is one of the most important for productivity and for success, we as a non-native English speakers usually spend a lot of time writing an email. And I remember myself, sometimes I would spend almost an hour writing an email because I'm thinking it's an article or article there, article or article there, and we try to be as careful as possible. And I understand why, because when we go to English classes, when we go to school, everyone tells us we need to take time and make sure that we sound professional, we sound clear, and we write English with the correct grammar sentences. You know what? It doesn't work. If you want to be efficient and show people that you're actually productive and a good employee, spending time thinking article and article there might be counterproductive, especially if you're not in journalism position or any role which does not require speaking perfect English. Here you learn from native speakers who actually don't overthink what they write. Just make sure that you write clear for people to understand what you want to say. Everything else will come with the time and practice. And also nowadays we live in time of technologies. You can use Grammarly to check your grammar and spelling, or you can always go to ChatGPT and you will see the magic will happen. Those are the main barriers which I experienced. I recommend you to check video which I just prepared recently. It's about self-doubt and imposter syndrome. This video will tell you exactly why you should not underestimate yourself and you should believe in that you are hired for a reason, because if you got a job, if you went through the interview process, meaning that company sees a big value in you. Or if you want to know exactly how non-technical people can get into technical job and why artists sometimes could be great data analysts, there is another video for you. And I strongly recommend you to be always open for opportunities in different fields, because you never know what's waiting for you there, and probably something really amazing and something great. In the meanwhile, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Again, it will really help me to know what kind of content to prepare next. Thank you very much. Until next time. Bye bye.